Hi folks, this is the last Friday of the last day of one crazy school year, so welcome to it. First and foremost, thank you all for a great year. I'm never going to forget it because even though it was hard, I know you did amazing work and you learned a lot. And I wouldn't want to have this year with anyone other than you guys. So thank you very much for going on this journey together. We launched rockets, we examined cells, we went sledding, we explored natures, we made a mess with DNA. We had a really good time, or I did, so thank you.
For a special treat today, I'm going to read you some poems from one of the punniest books I know by two authors I really like, John Sieska and Lane Smith, and this is a book called Science Verse. See if you can catch all the science puns. Also, props if you recognize the poems. This one's called Scientific Method at the Bat. The outlook wasn't brilliant for my experiment that day. The only way to graduate was to come up with an A. So when my lab exploded and turned to blackish gunk, my chances of passing anything went Titanic, sunk. I sadly watched the clock, cursed to be alive. It would take a miracle, make that 2 to get me to grade 5. Then I had a brainstorm, an idea so terrific, I just had to use those words from the method scientific. I grab my pen and get to work. You should see my look. I slowly write hypothesis, observation in my book. And now the class bell rings, and now I lose or win. With one mighty plop, I hand my lad book in. Oh, somewhere in science class, hypotheses are made, experiments are conducted, kids move up a grade. Somewhere conclusions are concluded without a bit of doubt, but there's no joy in this lab. My results got me flunked out. And this is why scientists don't write nursery rhymes. Hey diddle diddle, what kind of riddle is the nature of light? Sometimes it's a wave or other times a particle, but which answer will be marked right? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick, Jack gump over the combustion of action of oxygen plus heat plus fuel to form carbon dioxide, light, heat, and exhaust. Like the Jabberwocky, but scientific gobbledygook. Gobbledygooky. 'Twas fructose and the vitamins did zinc and dye, red-eyed number 8. All poly were the thiamines and the carbohydrate. Beware the gobbledygook, my son, the flavorings, the added C. Beware the serving size and shun the dreaded BHT. And as in frolic thought I stood, the gobbledygook with eyes nitrate, came gluten through the dexterous wood, its extracts carbonate. Oh, you can slay the gobbledygook, polysaturated boy. 3,000 calories, don't look, the sugar's fats, oh soy. 'Twas fructose and the vitamins did zinc and dye, red number 8, and poly were the thiamines and the carbohydrate. Sing along if you dare. Oh, I've been working in the food chain all the livelong day. In the middle of the food chain, I've got no time to play. Can't you see the green plants growing? That's energy, okay. Consumer eats up the producer. Predator eats prey. Who's for lunch today? Who's for lunch today? Don't you just wonder who's for lunch today? Predator or prey? Predator or prey? Eat or be eaten, that's the only way. Well, I hope you enjoyed those poems, and I hope you enjoyed science this year. Thank you again for a great year, even though it was a long and challenging one in all kinds of different ways. So asynchronously today, I want you to go on Google Classroom and post in the question, which is set up like a forum, and write a thank you note to someone in your 6th grade class. Could be in your pod, could be someone else, but write a thank you note. Could be about science, could be for making a friend, could be something small they did to help you out this year. Whatever it is, just write a thank you note. It'll feel good. And finally, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful summer.